Just be strong. Use your abilities, use your gifts, use your talents and attributes. You know, you gotta use that shit. Use it in circumstances and situations where it seemed like it seemed like it wouldn't help you through that, but it helped you with everything else. Like your art might help you with every single problem and issue you have in your life. Your art might help you with headaches. Your art might help you go to sleep. Your art might help you dream better. Your art might, make you feel more full so you're not eating as much. Maybe you have a goal of fasting. Your art may help you think better, help you be more calm and not have anxiety or something. Your art might help you, see the better picture, see somebody's side or perspective more. Art might help you get through a tough situation. Art might help you through depression, through fucking grieving. Art helps you with every fucking thing, So it's like, when it's something simple as dealing with other humans, do not stoop to their fucking level. Okay? Do not stoop to their level. Don't, cause when you stoop to their level and you trying to alleviate a situation by interacting with that person instead of dealing with what you have to deal with inside of yourself in order to not continue to, manifest the same kind of individuals or circumstances what you're receiving. Like, if you're not working on your internal space when you're dealing with conflicts and shit with other people, and you instead trying to figure it out and whatever with this person, it's like, it can just cause problems. It can cause problems. It can cause issues. It can cause frustrations, and unwanted frustration. If you're gonna be frustrated about something, be frustrated about something that has to deal with your creativity, like be frustrated, like damn, my blue marker just went out, like, let me mix these colors to get that same blue, like, you feel me? Like, yo, I'm just saying, don't allow art is important to me because I don't give a fuck what nobody else in the world is doing, no other human. I don't give a fuck, none. Like, when I'm doing art, nothing else fucking matters. I'm drawing a picture, nothing else matters. You feel me? Art might even help you through social situations, and it has for me. I have been in social situations where the only way I'm getting through this, if I take out a piece of motherfucking paper, find a pen or a crayon or a marker or something, or I open my phone and I draw a motherfucking picture in my phone. You feel me? And if it's not that, it's me singing a rhythm to myself, singing a harmony, and that to me is still art. That to me is still painting on a canvas, singing a song. You feel me? Like, all of this shit is art. And all of this shit is so beautiful, And when you embrace it, when you embrace the obstacles, when you embrace the challenges, when you embrace, your journey, how far you've come, what you have learned that you are capable of doing, like, it's like, it's just, you gotta know your worth. You gotta know your worth, okay? And this is one thing too, like, I'm in the process of like job hunting right now and shit, because I done worked a million freaking jobs out here, tried the restaurant thing. It was pretty cool. I feel like I learned a lot about what I was capable of that I didn't know that I was capable of. Like, that's really how it be working, you feel me? So like, when I'm going through things like this now where it's just like, okay, in the process of job hunting, in the process of getting my schedule and routine back in order, in the process of this, I'm able to experience and reap the benefits in that space more of not having to be obligated to a schedule. So now I can focus on my art 24/7, go overtime for your passions. If you can tell a motherfucker that you got open availability for an interview, you feel me? You can have open availability for your art and work a double and an overtime shift. Like, you can do more. I challenge you to do more for your art than you doing for these 9 to 5s. Do more for your art than you doing, for all these things outside of yourself. Like, motherfuckers will prepare and really, really prepare for an interview, right? And the interview is like, the interview is like, I know this is distracting. I'm gonna let y'all see real quick. I'm talking because I'm also talking at the same time because I don't want, YouTube to be on their whole trying to copyright people and shit. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm just talking about all this shit. You just gotta make sure you focus on the right things. You gotta be focused on the right things. Don't allow anybody to take control over your mind, over your heart, over your world. I'm trying to think which way I want to go. I could go this way, down Otto there, or I can turn up there at that street. So I'm gonna turn up there at that street. But you know, I go through shit, and what helps me more than anything else in the world is me creating more art out of the situation. Like, it's just like, y'all know that cartoon Chalk Zone? Have y'all ever heard of that cartoon Chalk Zone? In that show, like, whatever's going on is regular world, whatever. Then he just draw whatever, like, you know, whatever he want, he just draw it and he have it. You feel me? And just like places like that show Motown Music, they, you feel me, drawing graffiti on the wall and then going into that world. That's not fake. I know it's cartoons and colors. I know somebody else created this and you just sitting from your perspective watching it. But that's real life. That's real life. Like, it don't matter what the fuck I'm going through. I know how to improvise and distract myself with my passions and not allow the outside world and those things to affect how I feel about myself, what I'm capable of, what I know I can do. You feel me? Like, and the thing for me is, like, I'm a Cancer moon, so I do emotionally react to shit. And the more I'm learning that opposite energy of reacting in a more practical, logical way, especially now, I think we just came from Sagittarius 9, 10, yeah, we in Capricorn moon right now, double Earth. So it's like, my way of thinking right now, it's important I'm more on the practical and the logical side instead of what's comfortable. You know, it might be comfortable for me to just chill and stay in the house right now instead of doing something that I said I would do. It's more comfortable for me to try to, you know, like, be lost in that whole situation I just came from, which was the motivation for this video in the first place. Like, instead of staying and doing things that I might be used to doing, you know, it's just sometimes you want to try out different ways and different, like, I don't have to emotionally react all the time. That's a skill that's very, very important. You do not have to emotionally react and respond to every goddamn thing. And I feel like I don't. Like, oh, like, you know, but inside it'd be something else, you know? And then as of recently, I'm realizing, like, okay, this is a similar scenario and situation. How are you gonna creatively get out of this? You know, like, how are you gonna improvise? How are you going to alleviate, you know, this space or this situation? You know, it's like, you have the keys and you have everything that you need already. You know, I think for me, some of the main frustrations and misunderstandings have to do with other people, you know. But when you're not looking at situations as the people and you're looking at the situations more as so, like, it's something you're able to learn from, you know, you're able to see where you fall short, you know, you're able to see, you know, what you're capable of or what you would do and all that shit. Like, these is like therapy sessions and shit for me. I know I haven't done one of these videos in a long time of me just walking to a long destination, and, you know, but I'm doing that again too, because that's one of my favorite things to do on my YouTube channel is just this right here. It's to just walk around, show the neighborhood, and talk about something. And shout out to Dolo the Pilot, man. He just did a reading for me for the house lords, and he talked about the first house lord and the third house lord. I have the first house lord in the third house, you know. So the way he explained it to me, it just helped me have a better understanding of how it's both sides polarity of the situation. Like, I like to look at the good sides of, like, you know, I got the third house, where I have the third house at, and, you know, first house lord in the third house, and, you know, personal interest in community and stuff like that, you know, like, but I gotta think, like, it's positive ways to look at that, you know, like, it's positive ways to you know, share your personal interest in your community outside in the world, right? And it's like, the ways that you do that, you know, like a graffiti, like Dolo gave the example of like a graffiti painting. I would be the graffiti painting, you feel me, walking through, like, you know, the rest of whatever, you know. So I'm just thinking, like, just like that's on the positive end, there's a negative side to that too, where sometimes things can be overly emphasized or more dramatic or more whatever, just because of how much color and flavor and all. No pun intended, I'm not even talking about my damn skin. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm already a colorful spirit. I'm already, you know, a person that is into what I'm into, and I do what I do, and I'm in this world, and I'm out here, and I'm by myself. I'm really by my fucking self, you know. And it's like through all of these journeys and experiences, I'm learned, like, it's very important who you choosing to be around and who you choosing to share your energy with, because it's not just fucking shits and giggles and laughs and shit, hanging out with people, interacting with people. It's not just, oh, you into art too, we should hang out. Like, I thought it was that easy. I had issues with giving everybody the fucking benefit of the doubt throughout my life, and I had to learn the hard way. You feel me? Like, you know, everybody not into art like that. Like people, even artists, don't see their art as valuable or as beautiful or as an asset or as something, you feel me? So it's like, you know, like, that's why you get your own intention, your point, and your purpose together for yourself before you start, you feel me, interacting, you know, with other people. And sometimes it can be interactions you're not even trying to have. You might not even be purposely trying to have interactions with people, but you might be dealing with frustrations and interactions with people who you have to see because you live next to them or something, you know. And I'm just making this video because just be strong, especially if you by yourself and you out here and it's nobody even close around you. You feel me? Like, you just gotta be strong. You gotta be strong, and you gotta improvise, and, you know, do mental gymnastics. Make sure you go on the esoteric Planet Fitness as much as possible. Don't have so much weight on you. Don't, you know, like, you want to feel good and energized and happy and joyful every day. Don't allow anything else to bring you down. You got to be the one creating these vitamins, these energetic vitamins, and these vitamins and all these foods and proteins, all these things that have these purposes. You got to be the one to know how to create that energy with your fucking mind, with your crystals in your mind. You got to learn how to make crystals in your mind. You know, like, I'm just saying, y'all, like, I really been going through it, you know. And I'm just saying, the way, it don't matter what the fuck you going through. You an artist, you a musician, you a gymnastics person, you a athlete. Well, gymnastics is athlete too, but I'm just saying, like, you do ballet, you a dancer, you do all of these things. All of that shit you enjoy doing. You love traveling, you love walking, you love going on tour, you love going out in the world, you love doing things, right? So, like I said, it don't matter what the fuck you're going through or what you have going on in your life. The more you pour into your passions, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and you doing that shit because you just enjoy doing it, you feel me? Like, step away from the ego, step away from all that other weak ass shit, proving a point to people, prove a point to your goddamn self about why you're going to continue to go in overtime for your passions and do what it is that you know is important for you. You feel me? Like, I'm just saying, there's so many things out in this world that can distract you. Being distracted is what the fuck kills you, yo. And I just talked about this before, like, yo, you driving down the street and you daydreaming and thinking about something that distracts you from going on in the physical, or you distracted looking at something in your car or something over there when you're supposed to be looking in another direction. Like, you not being keen enough to see from a mile away. You know, like I drove trucks, right? So when you're driving trucks, you sit up real high. You feel me? And you see over all the cars, you know, so you have you're better able to see how much distance you need to take between you and the other drivers and shit like that. It's like, you gotta kind of be a damn truck driver, you feel me? Like, not the toxic shit, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta know how to be able to sit high and look and see from a mile away. I mean, sometimes sit high, it can sound negative, like you think, oh, superior to this person, but yeah, sometimes you do have to have more superior thoughts than other fucking thoughts. Sometimes you do need to know how to prioritize. You need to know when to be negative. You need to know when to be positive. You need to know when to do these things and how much to play into, how much percentage levels to play into a situation. You have to be the one to, you gotta create this curriculum and this template for your, like, you gotta do this shit for you, you feel me? Like, it's not no fucking major or school or nothing out there that's really catered to you and you developing your purpose. Like, we get so lost into all of these things that we think is gonna be some type of safe haven, some type of crutch, something that we can feel secure in. You have to develop your security system. It's not the military. Oh, I could just go to the military for anything. Like that shit. Like, that's still a program, something that somebody else created. Like, how about you have a military mind about your art and your creativity? Like, you feel me? Like, how about you have that structure and that discipline for your creativity instead of sacrificing everything and completely submitting and signing your life over to be in the military and do all this shit, when you can just do that shit for your art and create your own fucking military, create your own schedule, create your own pattern, create your own organization, create your own goals, your own travels, your own wars and battles and shit. Like, before your art, this is how people create cartoons and do animation and make plays. They're allowing themselves to have fun and be creative and jump around and swim and do all of these things and create all these things that they don't necessarily see from the outside world, but they coming from their internal space. Like, yes, you may be inspired by something you see outside. You may see a rose and might want to draw a rose, you feel me? But you could think about rose, like, you drawing a rose might help you rise above a certain situation that was bringing you down and making you feel low, and you have lighter thoughts. And that goes back to Planet Fitness. You got to make sure you're doing esoteric Planet Fitness. Don't just go on these fucking walks and be outside, like, and not have, sufficient thoughts and experiences, and you, like, just staring at your phone and like, I don't know, that was a terrible example, but I'm just saying, like, esoteric Planet Fitness, and the reason why it's like that is because you working and you building and you making situations lighter. So when you're thinking about a past situation in a scenario, something that happened, right? It's like you don't allow yourself to feel it and experience it as low as when you experience it. So you're learning to pick up heavy weights. You might have dealt with trauma for 12, 13, 14, 25 fucking years all your life. And your ability to be able to make that shit light when you think about it in the present is your spiritual strength and your ability. Like, that's your abilities right there. So with them abilities, what you're gonna do, you gotta be able to take risks and go outside and do some shit. You feel me? Like, go out, like to me, this is the way I'm doing esoteric Planet Fitness. This is the way I practice my mental gymnastics. You feel me? Like, even if I'm not physically going for a walk like this is why I draw and paint and write and do all that stuff for my art. Like, you feel me? I don't have to leave my house to create this place or this space that I want to be. I don't have to leave my house to do that. So it's like different ways that you're able to play out that same or similar energy. You're able to expand it in different ways. So doing this, I know, you feel me? Working, like sweating. I haven't eaten anything yet today. So, along with my personal things like fasting or changing up my diet and doing stuff, like reacting, like acting, more into like the Virgo type energy and stuff that's going on, just unintentionally. This is, just how I've been moving, where it's like I'm focusing more on the practical matters when it comes to my body, when it comes to what I'm paying attention to, what I'm allowing, when it comes to, just different things I want to implement, structures, patterns, and stuff like that, And, also right now, so it's a Capricorn moon right now. So that's reacting and responding to your status and what you're known for. Reacting and responding to practical, logical matters and situation and shit. Reacting to earth shit, reacting to practical matter. Like